Welcome to Walmart, Sahuarita, Arizona, August 6, 2019. Freedom Findler, just your average 22-year-old, pedals to work. But wait, he's still wearing his helmet, jamming to tunes in a world of his own. The Walmart manager, puzzled by this modern-day night. And here comes the Sahuarita police, Officer John George leading the charge. Little did they know, this isn't your typical morning shopping trip. So there's Freedom, cruising into Walmart like a biker on a mission, helmet on head, oblivious to the world. Picture this, a bustling store, aisles of products, and then Freedom, strolling in, helmet clad, looking like he's about to go on a Mars mission rather than pick up a sandwich. The Walmart manager, let's call him Manager Mike, spots Freedom. Mike's eyebrows rise higher than the prices during a clearance sale. A man in a helmet indoors? This isn't something Manager Mike's How to Handle Customers 101 manual covered. Mike approaches Freedom, probably thinking he's doing his best concerned manager impression. He says something to Freedom, but hello, Freedom's in his own helmeted world, rocking out to the tunes in his Bluetooth paradise. Round 2, Mike, determined not to be ignored, follows Freedom, like a detective tailing a suspect in a noir film. He tries again, this time with more gusto. But alas, Freedom, still jamming to his personal concert, doesn't notice. To an outsider, it looks like a modern-day mime act, Manager Mike gesticulating wildly, Freedom blissfully unaware. Meanwhile, Freedom's just there for a quick shopping fix, headphones in, world out. He grabs his essentials, a sandwich, a Gatorade, maybe some peaches for good measure. Manager Mike, however, is not one to give up. He's now on a manager's mission, convinced that Freedom's helmet is the prelude to some nefarious plot. It's comedy gold. If only Freedom knew he was the star. Mike's failed attempts to communicate are like sending Morse code to a rock. It's futile, but you've got to give him points for persistence. In the world of Walmart, a helmet is apparently more baffling than a Black Friday sale. Officer John George and his squad, striding in with the determination of a SWAT team facing a cat stuck in a tree.
Hey bud, you got some ID on you? Hey. Hey! You have some ID on you? Hold on, man. What's up? You have some ID on you? Sure. No problem? Yeah, management's been asking you to take your helmet off while you're walking around in the store and you're just ignoring them. What are you talking about, man? You think I'm talking just...
Dude, do me a favor, take your helmet off. You're not going to speak with us with your helmet on.
Okay.
They zero in on Freedom, our helmeted hero, who is still blissfully unaware of the unfolding drama. Officer George, badge gleaming like a beacon of authority, approaches Freedom. Sir, we've got a problem, he starts, his tone suggesting he's dealing with a bank heist rather than a helmet-wearing shopper. Freedom, finally snapping out of his musical trance, faces the boys in blue, a look of confusion crossing his face, probably wondering if his choice of Gatorade flavor was somehow a criminal offense. Can you take off the helmet? Officer George asks, probably reminiscing about simpler days of nabbing jaywalkers. Freedom, now realizing this isn't a fan asking for an autograph, obliges. He hands over his ID without a fuss, a law-abiding citizen caught in a bizarre situation. Now, let's talk legality. Under Arizona law, particularly Arizona Revised Statute 13 to 2412, officers can detain individuals if they suspect a crime. In this helmet hullabaloo, the crime in question? Potential trespassing, because apparently, shopping while helmeted is enough to raise suspicions in Sahuarita. The legal twist? The officer's detainment is based on Manager Mike's claims, which, as we know, are as shaky as a unicycle on a tightrope. Freedom, unaware of his starring role in this legal drama, complies, but the question hangs in the air. Is a man in a helmet really a cause for concern, or is this just overzealous policing?
Sorry?
Oh, man. Music's playing, so if someone's trying to talk to me, it's probably going to hear them. But if you're trying to talk to me.
Would you make a purchase?
Yeah.
Get a receipt with you?
The plot thickens, and the legal debate simmers as Freedom stands, helmet in hand, ID presented, in the theater of Walmart. Cut to the crux of the matter. Manager Mike's claims versus the unblinking eye of surveillance footage. Mike, with the confidence of a man who's never been contradicted by a CCTV camera, insists he's done everything short of a Broadway song and dance to get Freedom's attention. His story paints a picture of a man blatantly ignoring managerial pleas, a rebel in the land of retail. But oh, the camera tells a different tale. Instead of the assertive approach Mike describes, the footage reveals more of a timid toe-tapping than a direct confrontation. Freedom, encased in his helmet and lost in his tunes, remains as blissfully unaware of Mike's approach as a cat in a sunbeam. It's less a case of obstinate ignorance and more like two ships passing in the night, one wearing a manager's badge, the other a helmet. This discrepancy highlights the unreliable nature of eyewitness testimony.
So he said that he had music playing in his helmet.
I walked right up to the like I'm talking to you right now. Stood right near some
Okay.
No, updated with MVD?
Yes, it is. I live in a motto.
Okay.
So did you see the manager basically walk up right to your face and ask you to take off your helmet? How'd you not see that?
I saw him talking, but he's got a headset on.
I'm standing
so.
right next to you. Right next to you. I came up and I said, sir,
I thought you were going this way. I didn't hear you.
I said, stop. I followed you halfway throughout the store.
Mike's memory, it seems, is as selective as a kid in a candy store, choosing the most dramatic version of events. It's a classic case of human recall versus the unyielding accuracy of technology, and in this round, tech takes the trophy. Officer John George, ready for his monologue, evidently not a fan of silent shoppers in helmets.
You're an argumentative person, and I am not the person you want to argue with. You need to take
Go
a
ahead.
stand and you need to go like this and pull your head out of your okay? Because you're walking around in a store hiding your face. There's shooters that go on all over the place. This man comes up to you and you want to play, you got a little Senna headpiece going on that you can't stop.
Launches into a tirade worthy of a daytime drama. His words, laced with frustration, reverberate through the aisles of Walmart, painting Freedom as a public menace for his choice of headwear.
You need to listen to learn, not listen to reply. You need to turn that little switch off in your brain that you want to run your mouth and argue every time somebody tells you something. Because this is disturbing the peace. You can go to jail and not go to work. So what's the choice you're going to make, hardhead? You're going to quit walking around businesses with a helmet on, scaring a lot of people to where you got massive cops all over the place, rifles outside waiting for a shooter to come out? Laugh.
Yeah.
But that's where we're at. So pull your head out of your ass and quit arguing every time somebody tells you something. I'm telling you, look at what you're doing. You keep wanting to argue with me. I'm not the guy you want to argue with.
Wasn't trying to argue. I'm just
That's
trying
why
to
you
make
keep
my
talking.
point.
Stop talking.
Okay, fine. Cool.
In Florida versus Royer, the court established that the scope of detainment must be carefully tailored to its underlying justification. Officer George's emotional outburst and demands for silence extend the detention beyond its reasonable bounds. His conduct veers into the territory of violating Freedom's Fourth Amendment rights by unnecessarily prolonging the interaction and restricting his freedom of speech. What we're seeing is a cascade of assumptions and overreactions, leading to a situation where a man's rights are being trampled under the heavy boots of misinterpretation and misjudgment. Officer George, in his quest to maintain order, seems to have forgotten a key tenet of policing: the balance between enforcing the law and respecting the rights of the citizens.
Do you have his info? I was going to see if you want him trespassed.
Yeah,
from here and
I
all
do
that.
want him trespassed. I don't want that.
Okay, so officially being trespassed from the store, don't come back to Walmart. Come back to Walmart, manager, anyone sees you, you get arrested for that.
But we don't have a picture of him taken with a helmet.
When he walks out, it'll be on the camera when he walks
true,
out.
thank you.
What's your telephone number?
Do I have to provide that, sir?
Yes, you do.
Alright. I gotta look it up on my phone.
And what else is in that pocket?
Your phone. Alright.
In the end, Freedom's helmet case is less about the dangers of obscure shopping attire and more about the delicate dance between authority and individual liberties. It's a modern-day morality play, set in the aisles of Walmart, where the line between maintaining public safety and infringing on personal freedoms is as thin as the plastic of a shopping bag.
Your telephone number. Now keep in mind, if you come in here again, you'll be arrested and you'll be booked for trespassing. And understand, what he's telling you, you're trespassing from Walmart, it's a national system. You're not just trespassing from this Walmart,
all
you're trespassing from all Walmarts and Sam's Clubs. Okay? So understand that. So if something happens and you get pulled over or stopped in one of them other ones for wearing your helmet for stupid stunts like that, you'll find yourself sitting in county. Didn't have to be like that. But how many other people you see going to business walking around with a motorcycle helmet on?
As our helmet adventure unfolds, the plot takes a twist worthy of a daytime TV cliffhanger. Freedom Findler, once ensnared in the legal net for his helmeted Walmart venture, finds his story taking a new turn. Initially charged with disorderly conduct, a charge as shaky as a house of cards in a desert wind, he was swiftly exonerated.
How old are you? Tell me how old you are. Tell me how old you are. Okay, you're acting like a little child. How many times did you ask him to leave?
At least 5, 6 times. Just like he's ignoring you. I walk half the store with him following him right to the side to ask him. After I told him many times that officers were coming out there, he just kept walking.
I would say so. I'd say we missed the threshold. Why not?
So,
Especially the current behavior.
You're asking how old he leaves the store?
5 or 6 times. Walk right next to him, just like we're walking right now.
You're under arrest for trespass.
The charges dissipated like a mirage under the scorching Arizona sun, reinstating Freedom's innocence. But the story doesn't end with his vindication. Enter the dramatic second act. Freedom files a lawsuit against the Sahuarita Police Department. He alleges false arrest, malicious prosecution, a wrongful 17-hour detention, and public defamation, slapping a price tag of $250,000 on his ordeal. It's a bold move in a high-stakes legal drama. However, the plot thickens further. U.S. District Judge John C. Hinderaker, in a move that could be straight out of a legal thriller, dismisses Freedom's initial lawsuit on December 17th, stating that it failed to substantiate its claims. But like any good cliffhanger, the door is left ajar for a sequel. Freedom's attorney, Richard Wintry, seizing the opportunity, refiles the case. This revised lawsuit throws in additional details, emphasizing that nothing in the 911 call indicated suspicious behavior on Freedom's part. It even includes a dispatcher's observation that Freedom, equipped with a Bluetooth helmet, likely didn't hear the manager's requests. The incident, a mere few days post the tragic mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, and Dayton, Ohio, had heightened public anxiety, contributing to the escalated response to Freedom's otherwise innocuous behavior. The police narrative of a camouflaged backpack and an unyielding helmet wearer paints a picture far removed from the reality of a man simply lost in his music. This ongoing legal ballet between Freedom and the Sahuarita Police Department captures more than just a dispute over a wrongful arrest. It encapsulates a broader dialogue about rights, public perception, and the delicate dance between security and individual freedoms. The court of public opinion is spoken, and the verdict? A resounding eye roll at the Sahuarita Police's handling of the helmet hubbub. One internet commentator nails it, expressing a sentiment echoed by many. It's amazing that as soon as he tells them that he had music playing, they can't just figure out, oh, that was the whole problem, and just be done with it. You have a laugh over it and go on your way. Instead, they voluntarily escalated the situation and pursued someone who was clearly not any sort of danger. Power tripping, plain and simple. This comment cuts to the heart of the matter, a simple misunderstanding blown out of proportion. The community can't help but wonder, couldn't this have been resolved with a chuckle and a shake of the head? But no, the officers chose a path of escalation over understanding, turning a non-issue into a full-blown incident. The public's reaction? Frustration at what many see as an unnecessary display of authority over common sense.
The Supreme Court, Houston versus Hill, has made it clear citizens have a right to voice their opinions to or near police officers. Freedom, in his helmeted silence, wasn't exactly running his mouth, yet George's reprimand flies in the face of this ruling. This case highlights the importance of understanding your rights during police interactions. A simple misunderstanding shouldn't escalate into a legal battle if both parties know and respect these rights. The moral here is clear: communication and understanding are key in interactions with authority. Respecting rights and using common sense can prevent a minor incident from becoming a major ordeal.